Your mind doesn't need more answers. It needs fewer thoughts. You replay conversations that already ended. You imagine outcomes that haven't happened. You think so much that doing feels impossible. Arjuna stood exactly here, surrounded by options, paralyzed by thought. Krishna didn't calm him by solving every problem. He showed him something far more dangerous than the war. The restless mind. If your head never goes quiet, if thinking has become your biggest source of stress. Stay with me. Krishna's first lesson isn't about action. The Gita says the problem isn't what you think. It's that the mind refuses to stay where it is. It jumps to the past. It rushes into the future. It creates noise even in silence. Krishna describes this mind clearly.
Yato yato nischarati manaschanchalamastiram tatastato niyamyaitadatmanneva vasham nayet.
Meaning, whenever the restless and unsteady mind wanders, bring it back under the control of the self. Notice what he doesn't say. He doesn't say, stop thinking. He doesn't say, kill thoughts. He says, bring it back. Overthinking is not a failure. It's a wandering habit. Every time the mind runs ahead, gently return it to what is in front of you. The breath, the body, the next small action. This is the first mistake most people make. They fight the mind. Krishna trains it instead. Overthinking weakens when attention learns to come home. Overthinking grows strongest when the mind wants certainty about results. You don't just think about what you should do. You think about what will happen if you do it. Will it work? Will it fail? Will I regret this later? This is where the mind gets trapped. Krishna points directly at the cause.
Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhurmate sangostva karmani.
Meaning, you have a right to action, but not to the fruits. The anxiety doesn't come from action. It comes from mentally living in the outcome. When the mind tries to control results, it creates endless scenarios, each one more exhausting than the last. Krishna's solution is brutal and simple. Act where you stand. Release what comes after. Overthinking fades the moment the mind is pulled out of the future and placed back into action. You don't need certainty. You need direction. Overthinking doesn't feel like confusion. It feels like too many options. You see 10 paths. You imagine 10 outcomes. And the mind keeps branching endlessly. Krishna calls this a scattered intellect.
Vyavasayatmika buddhirekeha kurunandana bahushaka hyanantascha buddhayo vyavasayinam.
Meaning, the resolute intellect is one-pointed. The intellect of the indecisive is many-branched and endless. Overthinking multiplies choices. Clarity reduces them. The mistake isn't choosing the wrong path. It's refusing to choose at all. A focused mind commits first and adjusts later. Krishna isn't asking for perfect decisions. He's asking for decisive movement. When the intellect becomes one-pointed, the noise collapses. Overthinking ends not with better thinking, but with commitment. Most people wait for the mind to become quiet before they begin to control it. Krishna says that never happens. He's direct about this.
Asamshayam mahabaho manodurnigraham chalam abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate.
Meaning, the mind is restless, turbulent, and difficult to restrain, but it can be controlled through practice and detachment. The mind isn't silenced by understanding. It's trained by repetition. You don't stop overthinking by one insight. You stop it by returning, again and again, to discipline. Practice is choosing the same anchor daily. Detachment is not obeying every thought that appears. Krishna never promises an easy mind. He promises a trainable one. Overthinking loses power the moment you stop negotiating with it. Overthinking survives because everything feels personal. What if I lose? What will this say about me? What if I'm not enough? Krishna ends the cycle at its root.
Vihaya kaman yah sarvan pumamscharati nispraha nirmamo nirahankaraha sashanti madigacchati.
Meaning, one who abandons craving, possessiveness, and ego attains peace. The mind overthinks to protect an image, an identity, a fragile sense of me. When action is no longer about ego, thoughts lose their grip. Peace doesn't come from better plans. It comes when the mind stops orbiting itself. Overthinking fades when life is no longer centered on you. Overthinking isn't a personality trait. It's a habit of misplaced attention. Krishna never asked Arjuna to eliminate thoughts. He taught him where thoughts belong. Bring the mind back. Release the outcome. Choose one path. Train the mind daily. Step beyond the ego. The mind becomes quiet not when life is solved, but when attention is rightly placed. Sit with this, and the next time your thoughts spiral, remember, Krishna already showed the way.